Here's a question for you. What does a bottle of detailing spray and a pencil have in common? Well, the answer is right here. The other question you might be asking is, why am I wearing sunglasses indoors? And that's because I have wicked allergies right now, so I'm hiding my eyes, and we're going to carry on with this the best we can. So where does the relationship with the pencil and this product come from? And that's because of what's inside the pencil. It's the graphite. It's not lead. It never ever was lead. When graphite was discovered in the 1500s, they thought it was a form of lead because chemistry was in its infancy back then, so they didn't really know what it was, and they called it lead, and it has stuck to this day. We still call it lead, but it's not. It's graphite. So where does the graphite come in with this product? Well, from graphite you get graphene, and graphene is a very hot topic product right now. It's something which is completely different to anything we've discovered before. Graphene, in its two-dimensional hexagonal lattice work structure, that in itself is the strongest material known to man. However, that's not what's in this. Instead, it's a derivative of that, known mostly by graphene oxide, graphite oxide. That product is something which many car care companies are trying to develop themselves. They're trying to come up with their own version of it. What Infinity Wax have done instead is team up with a company called Applied Graphene Materials, and this company have links with Durham University. They have really researched the bejesus out of graphene, and they have come up with a specific formulation of that graphene to go into this to make it something which can be dispersed and applied through a liquid like this onto your car's paintwork. So what will graphene give you that some of these other products won't? What I've got here is 3 other products from Infinity Wax. I've got their original rapid detailer, their limited edition rapid detailer with extra materials or extra amounts of the materials in them. I've got the QDX ceramic. The QDX stands for Quick Detailer Extreme, so it's something with more protection in it than the standard rapid detailers. And here we've got the graphene in here. So what they've done basically is take the QDX formulation, remove all of the ceramic from it, and replace it with graphene-based products. What you're going to get from this is, what they promise at least, better slickness, better chemical resistance, better temperature resistance, better water behavior from it. And what you can expect to receive from this as far as protection is concerned is anywhere from 6 weeks to 6 months of protection, depending on how well you prepare your paint. They do recommend that you should fully decontaminate your car and then polish it to make sure there's nothing on there. Make sure you hit it with some isopropyl alcohol mixture as well to make sure there's absolutely nothing on the paint, and apply it directly. So I'm going to apply this alongside these 3 other products as well to see how it behaves in the water behavior and also the chemical resistance. Now, application is important here. I must stress this. The 2 rapid detailers, they're a no buff formula. You can spray them on, wipe them over, and you're done. The QDXs require a little bit more for the proper full bore protection. In this situation, you would spray 1 spray per panel, for example, then use a sponge applicator to properly evenly wipe it and distribute it evenly and carefully across the entire panel to make sure you get the best coverage possible. However, they do say on the bottle as well that you can simply spray on and wipe over with a microfiber just as you do with the rapid detailers. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to apply them all in exactly the same method, and then if this gives us any better performance as far as the water behavior and the chemical resistance is concerned, then we know that even at its most basic application method, it's already going to be good. But I don't know that yet. We're going to find that out now. I've got the bonnet already separated into 4 sections. It has been fully cleaned and decontaminated. It is ready to go. So let's stop gabbing and take these out and apply them to the panel. So the first product of use here is the blue original rapid detailer. with a very misted spray. I've always liked these sprayers. And I'm just wiping across evenly. You can see here that it's basically flashing off behind the microfiber. It is a no buff formula, which makes it really easy to use, hence the name. But I'm flipping over the towel just in case to pick up anything else that's there. And there is an immediate change to the slickness under the towel, where once there was none, now there is some. Now moving on to the limited edition Rapid Detailer, I couldn't get one single spray because the trigger doesn't quite fit the bottle. But here, same idea again, wiping over, and as you'll see, as I wipe down, it flashes off behind the microfiber. And the same idea as before, once it's evenly wiped over, I'm just going to flip the microfiber to the dry side and make sure there's nothing there. But honestly, this is an unnecessary step with these two products. They are super easy to use, really fast, and again, a great change to the slickness under the towel. And a quick slickness test, a feel with the back of the fingers. Honestly, there was very little in it. Definitely no slickness on that third section. Now applying the QDX ceramic, again with the same trigger as the Rapid Detailer, the first one. Very well misted, and again I am ignoring the recommended application and just spraying, wiping over, and then flipping to buff off like a detailing spray. And honestly, if I didn't know this was the QDX ceramic, I would not have been able to tell you this was the case. Just as quick and easy and slick as the others. Now here is the QDX Graphene, and a smaller spray, but this is an adjustable nozzle on this bottle. Wiping over, and you can see it flashing away, just like the Rapid Detailers. It flashed off faster than the QDX ceramic, but very easy to spread and apply, and basically required no real buffing of any sort. But yet again, flip to a dry side and buff over. I should point out I did use different towels for these. I'm not reusing the same towel as before. And there you go, nice glossy shiny sections. Another feel test between the ceramic and the limited edition. It seemed that the limited edition just had the edge on slickness and feel there. And then moving over to the Graphene, and this was much slicker. I was genuinely saying wow out loud because the Graphene was so much slicker than any of the others. Second place definitely went to the limited edition. So it's the next morning, and as you can see here, we've had some rain overnight and a small shower this morning. Hopefully it's gone now, it's nice and sunny. So what you can see here, or at least what I can see, I'm not sure how well it comes across on camera, but this section number 4, the section with the graphene on it, that one doesn't have as much water sticking to it compared to the ceramic, which would be perhaps the next best. And then it's a toss-up between the two Rapid Detailers to see which one has the most there. Interesting anyway. So they've had about 18 hours or so roughly of cure time just to make sure before I do anything water related. So anyway, we're going to give them a quick rinse off just now and see what they're like. I see there's a bit of debris from the trees and whatnot here. So let's give them a rinse and have a look at the initial water behavior. Leaves and everything. Alright, so let's give it a proper rainfall style. The beads are all really nice. I have to admit, they are all nice. Although there is a difference. Let's bring you in for the difference here and see how we can get on with them. So if I can pick them up on camera nicely, we've got the sun, which is working really well for us. So this is original Rapid Detailer, the blue one of the most amazing smelling products I've used. Really nice beads, although beading is not everything, but you know, as far as beads go, they look good. Over here, this is the enhanced limited edition watermelon rapid detailer. Really nice beads too. Then over, ooh, wrong direction, Specky. This one here, this is the QDX ceramic. Again, really nice and uniform. There's a good deal of uniformity going on here. And then over here, this is the graphene. And the beads are, well, they maybe stand a little taller, but as you can see here, some of this water is running away faster. There are some streaks here where it's tried to run away. Same here, and a couple here. So let's see how they get on. Let's put you back up here. So the first test I want to do is to use my trusty pet blower, my cheap Chinese pet blower, and I'm going to just blow air at the panel and have a look and see which one is trying to hold on to water, which one is trying to repel the water. So let's give this a try. Full power. Not much going on. Alright, I tried to keep that as even as possible, and one thing I could see there was that the graphene, the slickness of that graphene was just trying to let that water move off easier. I was just trying to keep this as equal distance as possible from the panel. So interesting to see that. Let's have another go. So again, the two QDX products there seem to want to let that water move off the panel quicker than the two rapid detailers. So that's an interesting fact. Let's have a look at the sheeting, and we're going to take the tape off now. We'll have a look at the sheeting abilities of these. Alright, looking at that, it's difficult to say. The QDXs definitely sheet that water faster. Between the graphene QDX and the ceramic QDX, I do think the graphene is a little faster. It's barely noticeable. It might be just my own perception, I don't know. But they're both very, very quick there. These two rapid detailers, they do sheet slower. That's what's normal of these products. But again, looking at this limited edition one with the extra ingredients, or the doubled up ingredients, that sheeting is better. And that relates to what I was talking about with the slickness. There's a bit more slickness here on the enhanced one, the limited edition one, than there is on the original. Not to say the original isn't slick, but this one is slicker. And looking at that there, this is just breaking up that water, breaking up that sheet better, faster. Let's sheet the entire panel. From that fairly basic test, these two sections of the QDXs have the least amount of water left on them, then the limited edition rapid detailer, and then the original rapid detailer. So that does speak for the slickness of the products. Now I think we need to move on to the chemical test. So if you've seen me do one of these tests before, I use Garage Therapy's Zero Decon shampoo diluted at 10:1 in this spray bottle, and I'm going to spray a spray in each section, then one spray on this cheap basic microfiber, and I'm going to take one single even swipe across the middle, and then we're going to rinse them off and find out how well these products fight off this chemical attack. Alright, so what we can see there is a bit of an impact on the two rapid detailers. Then there's a bit less of an impact on the ceramic and even less on the graphene there. Let's flood those just so we can see how they behave. You can see that section where it's been hit, it is slower, but not bad. The same there on the ceramic, but it still repels, it still sheets it, so there's still protection there. This is a slower sheeter anyway, and again you can see it hanging on to the section where it had been hit, but it's still sheeting. And the original rapid detailer is still doing the same thing. It has slowed, but it's still there, it's still holding on. So let's go ahead and give them a second hit. So there's a much bigger hit there after the second go, and they've all slowed down much more, but the graphene is still fighting and still sheeting. Interestingly, so is the original rapid detailer. It's doing a better job than the enhanced or limited edition rapid detailer. The ceramic is nearly dead in the center section there, but it's still rinsing off relatively well. Let's give it another sheet. Overall, the graphene is still doing a good job there, and so is the ceramic. They're going at a very similar speed. You can see the graphene is still fighting it off, it's still going. The ceramic is going slower. Let's try the two original quick detailers, rapid detailers. And there they're going, well, not too bad actually. Now this one is starting to show that it's hanging on just a little bit more, but the original is still going, it's still sheeting it. This is very interesting. Now somebody did mention in a previous video I did something similar with this testing method. They said I should dry the panel first. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to make sure this is fully rinsed off again, and I'll just dry it over, and then we'll give it another test on dry paintwork and see how that goes. Now while we're here with a dry panel, I might as well actually check the slickness to see if anything has changed. Didn't do that earlier, but it just occurred to me. Let's check the slickness on sections which have not been attacked by the chemical, and then those which have. There's a difference there. There's still slickness up here, but in this section it's almost gone. Slick. Same as that. Feels about the same, to be honest. That's the slickest by far for feel. Definitely, there's more slickness here. This attacked section feels as slick as this non-attacked section. So there's still something there. Let's go again with another attack, this time on dry panel. It's actually getting harder to wipe over because it's lost its slickness. You can feel it sticking to the panel more. So there's your final thought right there. Now, off camera yesterday, I applied the Graphene QDX just to the center section of the car here, so leading from the top of the wing down to where that trim line is. That whole section along the middle of the car had the Graphene QDX, and it does look really nice and glossy and shiny. And if you want to see the water behavior of this, I'll just get it right there. It just wants to get rid of it. It just wants to get rid of that water, which is fantastic. I mean, that's very similar to many sealants and paste waxes. Let me get over here. I mean, how nice is that? It just wants to get rid of it. Just fantastic. It's really, really nice stuff. That section didn't have anything on it. You can see it clings to the water. Let me bring it down there. There's your difference. It clings to the water and the other side doesn't. How fantastic. So hopefully that video has shown you pretty much everything you need to know. This product really has outshone the other three. Not to say that they're bad products at all, but it really has shown that with a simple spray on and wipe over situation, it is more water resistant, it is more slick, it is more chemical resistant, which is great. It's such a simple and easy to use product. Now the nice thing about this product as well is that it can be layered. In fact, graphene loves to stick to itself. So you could go over this after spraying on an application. If you properly apply it, leave it for an hour and come back and layer it. Give it a second layer and you will be doubling up the amount of product on there. You will be giving it better resilience to the water and any chemicals and make it last even longer. The other nice thing about this is it's almost similar to a paste wax because it has a filling effect. That's what the graphene can do for this. So you're getting an even better looking panel. That's awesome. So it could essentially replace your paste waxes with a bit of filling, with the layering ability, and also that excellent chemical resistance and water resilience. But it's also a super easy product to use. I'm really, really impressed with how easy it was to use this product. Honestly, whether it was just spraying onto the panel and wiping with a microfiber or going over it with the sponge applicator, a little amount goes a long way, and that's great. It's very, very spreadable, and that means that the cost per use is relatively little. You don't need a lot out of this bottle. It's fantastic. Cost-wise, the original Rapid Detailer is $9.99 for the 500 mils. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember exactly how much the limited edition was. I think it might have been a little bit more. The QDX ceramic is $12.99, and this Graphene QDX is $14.99 for 500 mils. But honestly, because it goes so far, like I said, the cost per use is actually going to be relatively low. A little amount goes a long way. Like I say, if you can fully prepare your paint, you'll get 6 months maybe out of the protection of that, especially if you're going to layer it up as well. But even if you don't prepare your paint at all, if you just wash it, you should get about 6 weeks of protection, which is fantastic. So I'm really, really impressed with this so far. It does go to show that, in the words of somebody that I've been messaging recently on Instagram, this is not snake oil. This is not a gimmick product. This really has got the ability, what we've seen here at least, is it's got the ability to become the next big thing. Ceramic was the big thing after polymers, and now we're seeing graphene products. And from what I gathered from a conversation with Michael at Infinity Wax recently, he said that they've got some more products coming to the market soon, hopefully, that are going to be using graphene as well. So hopefully this is just a start. I'm looking forward now to trying this product alongside other products that I like for their extra slickness, their extra gloss and so on. It'll be very interesting to put this alongside a few of my other favourites, but this is fast becoming a new favourite of mine. Really, really impressed for the ability, the cost, the usage, everything. Really, really awesome. Anyway, if you guys want to check this out, I will leave a link to it down in the description down below. You guys can find out more about this. But if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and smash that like button. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and whilst you're there, make sure you ring the notification bell so you don't miss my next video uploads. In the meantime, I've been Specky. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.